Halo has officially reached the point where everything changes. Today, we're covering the library, the Two Betrayals, and Keys. 3 missions that completely flip the story on its head. For veteran Halo players, you already know what's coming. For newer players, buckle up, because this is where Halo stops being just another sci-fi shooter game and becomes something more unforgettable. Let's jump in.
Access granted.
What's up, ninjas? NinjaChick0117 here, and welcome back to the Halo Campaign of All review series. Today, we're officially halfway through the campaign, and honestly, this is where emotions really start hitting. If you somehow never played Halo before, this is your spoil warning because we're getting into some of the biggest moments in the entire game. If you missed part 1 or 2, definitely go back and check those out first because we're reviewing this campaign mission by mission. But let's get this started.
Someone has released the flood. My function is to prevent it from leaving this installation, but I require your assistance. Come, this way.
Let's head into the library. Here we are, the library, or as most of Halo veterans call it, the mission. If you've been part of the Halo community for any amount of time, you probably heard somebody complain about this level. Some people think it's terrifying, some people it's one of the hardest missions, others absolutely love it. Then there's people like me who've reached it, the point where it's mostly just, alright, I just want to get through this. Not because it's bad, but because I know exactly what's waiting beyond every corner, especially those Flood carrying those damn rocket launchers. Those guys can respectfully stay so far away from me as possible. One thing that hasn't really changed is how much Guilty Spark I don't really trust him. Actually, I don't trust him at all. The mission starts with him floating across a giant gap before casually pointing out that Chief can't fly. Meanwhile, I'm fighting an endless army of Flood while this little floating light bulb acts like he's just giving a museum tour. Every time he talks, I'm just like, ugh, bite me, light bulb. Camping Involved also makes this mission much easier to navigate. The updated layouts feel more natural, and the puzzle sections really keep up with the combat without changing the mission's identity. But let's now talk about the Flood. They honestly look really incredible to me. They clearly have been inspired by Halo 3 designs, but with even more detail. The larger Flood forms that we think that are the hunters, obviously, immediately had me throwing their grenades because I wasn't taking any chances with them. I never really do. One small detail that I loved is being able to see what weapon the Flood is carrying before it fires. Orange means that they have a rocket launcher, green means the fuel rod cannon. Trust me, that warning is so much appreciated. Outside of those improvements, the library is still the library. Flood after flood after flood after flood after flood. Just when you think you cleared the room, there's more Flood. Eventually, we do reach the index, only for Guilty Spark to reveal that activating Halo was apparently the whole plan. Seems like a pretty important detail to leave out, doesn't it? And just like that, everything changes. When we started as a mission to save Halo becomes a race to stop it. Next up, that's what brings us to the Two Betrayals. And trust me, this title couldn't be more fitting.
Organic form renders you vulnerable to infection. The index must not fall into the hands of the Flood before we reach the control room and activate the installation. The Flood is spreading. We must hurry. Which means that any organism with sufficient mass and cognitive capability is a potential vector. On that point, all the tests were conclusive. Is something wrong?
No. Nothing.
Splendid. Shall we? Unfortunately, my usefulness to this particular endeavor has come to an end. Protocol does not allow units with my classification to perform a task as important as the reunification of the index with the core. That final step is reserved for you, Reclaimer. That wasn't supposed to happen.
Oh, really?
Cortana.
12 hours. 12 hours I've been stuck in here, watching you cozy up to that thing while it sharpens the knife to slit our throats.
Hold on. He's a friend.
Oh, I didn't realize. He's your pal, is he? Your chum? Do you have any idea what that bastard almost made you do?
Yes. Activate Halo's defenses and destroy the Flood, which is why we brought the Index to the control center.
You mean this?
A construct in the core? That is absolutely unacceptable!
And yet...
What impertinence! I shall purge you at once!
You sure that's a good idea?
How dare you! I'll...
Do what? I have the Index. You can just float and sputter.
Enough! The Flood is spreading. If we activate Halo's defenses, we can wipe them out.
You have no idea how this ring works, do you? Why the Forerunners built it? Halo doesn't kill Flood, it kills their food. Humans, Covenant, whatever. You're all equally edible. The only way to stop the Flood is to starve them to death. And that's exactly what Halo is designed to do. Wipe the galaxy clean of all sentient life.
Well, that escalated quickly. 1 minute we're helping Guilty Spark activate the Halo. The next, Cortana basically tells us, yeah, don't do that. Turns out, Halo isn't just some giant super weapon to defeat the Flood. It's actually designed to wipe out the whole sentient life in the galaxy just so we can starve the Flood. Yeah, that's a pretty important detail to leave out, Spark, don't you think? I know I didn't trust that floating light bulb from the beginning. This is one of my favorite twists in Halo. When I first played Halo, I generally thought Guilty Spark was helping us. Sure, he was a little quirky and weird, but I didn't expect this. Now every replay makes all of those little red flags make perfect sense. He wasn't helping us, he was using us. Instead of activating Halo, our mission becomes destroying pulse generators and stopping Guilty Spark from firing the Halo ring. I love how quickly Halo flips at your objectives. Revisiting the snowy areas from Assault on the Control Room never felt repetitive to me. Everything has slightly changed. The Covenant are fighting the Flood. The Sentinels are seemingly fighting everyone. Chief is caught right in the middle of the complete chaos, and I absolutely love it. Watching the Covenant, the Flood, the Sentinels battle each other out at the same time in one of the Halo's coolest moments. Half the time I stopped shooting just to watch. Then I remembered, they're all trying to kill me too. Anytime Halo lets me fly a Banshee, I'm just super happy. Flying across the snowy cliffs while dodging enemy fire is so much fun to me. Change of pace also after all of the indoor combat. Campaign Evolve really makes the section look fantastic. The explosions are bigger, the lighting is improved, the environments feel like they're all falling apart around you. I loved seeing the Covenant become desperate. There's no longer just trying to stop the Chief. They're trying to survive the Flood too, which completely changes the feel of the battlefield. Whether I was driving a Warthog, stealing a Ghost, or flying a Banshee, Halo's vehicle gameplay is still incredibly fun and keeps the mission feel very fresh. Throughout all this, Cortana is guiding Chief while revealing the truth about Halo. Their trust in each other is one of the most important and favorite parts of the series, and moments like these makes the relationship even feel more stronger. Finally, we do destroy the last pulse generator. Mission accomplished. Well, almost.
Final Final target neutralized. Let's get out of here.
Let's find a ride and get to the captain.
No, that'll take too long.
You have a better idea?
There's a teleportation grid that runs throughout Halo. That's how the monitor moves about so quickly. I learned how to tap into the grid when I was in the control center. Fortunately, each jump requires a rather consequential expenditure of energy.
Something tells me I'm not gonna like this.
I'm pretty sure I can pull it from your suit without permanently damaging your shields. Needless to say, I think we should only try this once.
Do it.
With the generators destroyed, there's only one thing left to do. Find Captain Keys. Unfortunately, the Flood already found him first, and trust me, this next mission is one of the saddest moments in the entire Halo series. Let's head into it. Keys. Well, here we are. Keys. If there were any other mission and that really terrified me how the Flood could be, it's really this one. After everything we learned about Halo, our next objective is to find Captain Keys and get him off the ring, as well we are. Simple enough, if only we weren't walking straight into the heart of the Flood infestation. From this moment, this mission starts. The atmosphere feels different. The Covenant aren't even in control anymore. The Flood have completely taken over. Campaign Evolved does an incredible job making the environments feel alive in the worst way possible. One thing that I really enjoyed was seeing the Covenant and the Flood forces still battling each other out while I tried to make my way through the chaos. There were so many moments where I'd stop, let them fight, and then clean whatever was left and just keep going. Work smarter, not harder, people. Eventually, we reach Captain Keys, or at least what's left of him. This scene was always been one of the saddest moments in Halo, especially when we were hearing all the way to Keys. He was talking about Miranda, even Dr. Halsey. So watching the Flood consume someone who fought so hard throughout the campaign still really hits.
Chief,
How do we free him?
it's not him. Not anymore. The captain, he's one of them. We can't let the Flood get off this ring. You know what he'd expect. What he'd want us to do.
Chief doesn't even hesitate. He does what has to be done. Retrieves the neural implant and honors Keys by finishing the mission. Campaign Evolved makes the sequence even more emotional with improved visuals, stronger environmental storytelling, like I kind of mentioned. The Flood biomass surrounding Keys looks very disturbing, and the update presentation really sells the tragedy of the moment. With the implants recovered, the Chief and Cortana finally have to do what they had to do. Now, there's only one option left. Destroy Halo before Guilty Spark can activate it. And that brings us to the final chapter of the campaign. Alright, ninjas, here is my ninja rating. I kind of described what this will be in the last video, but since I started in the last video and not in the first video, I will go over mission design, Flood the design, story impact, and the overall rating. So, the mission design was a 9 out of 10. The atmosphere was a 10 out of 10. The Flood, like I've mentioned before, was a 10 out of 10. Story impact, I thought was a 10 out of 10. So, overall, ninja rating is the 10 out of 10. Keys may not be the longest mission in Halo. At least for me, I kind of just go right through it because it is very emotional for me. I'm a very emotional ball. But it's one of the most ones that really remind us of what's at stake and what's up in the unforgettable finale. Well, ninjas, that's going to be a wrap up for today's review. We survived the library, stopped Guilty Spark in Two Betrayals, and witnessed one of the most heartbreaking moments in Halo with Captain Keys. If you've been enjoying this Campaign Evolved series, I'd really appreciate if you'd leave a like, subscribe to join the Ninja family, and let me know in the comments below. What was the moment that hit you the hardest during these 3 missions? Next time, we're going to wrap up Halo Evolved with the Maw. and I cannot wait to experience that finale with you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you around, ninjas, in the next one.